flew to Seattle on Monday. Went
Mm.
to the Seahawks headquarters, which is pretty
Oh.
cool. I got to see a lumbar trophy up close and personal.
Is it
What?
comfortable? The lumbar?
The lumbar supporting trophy. I felt like a fraud because I know nothing about football, but it was really cool. Their headquarters is sweet. They have a whole indoor practice field. And
Mm.
foolishly, I had Craig time me as I sprinted down to the end and back. 100 yards is a lot farther
It's a
than you
lot.
think.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking long.
I know. About like a quarter of the way down that field, I was like, this is stupid.
I regret this.
But he was filming and timing, so I made it down and back. But then they were like giving us a tour. So for the next like 10 minutes on the tour, I'm huffing.
You're like
Couldn't
panting.
breathe.
Like, they're asking questions. I'm trying to catch my breath and not like sound like I'm way out of shape. But it was cool. I saw the head coach and general manager. Didn't know that they were the head coach or general manager until after they walked by. I was told so, but you know, that's
how it
cool.
goes.
Mike McDonald or something? Is he the head coach?
I have no clue.
Are you gonna? Do they give you like free tickets or anything?
We brought that up, and they said for sure we'll get you some tickets. So that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Got to see the space that we're going to be building out. It is literally just a very dark, windowless room, which makes sense for a studio space.
Mm.
It's going to be a big project, though. It's a lot
And it's
of.
just you
It's just me and Craig.
and Craig.
It's me and Craig.
Wow.
And the
Okay.
crazy thing is, I think like 80% of it we're going to have to build on site.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like stuff that, I mean, we could kind of build in my shop, but it's not really going to save us any time versus going up there and setting up a little shop. And because we got to anchor a bunch of stuff into the walls, we have to build these like false walls. And I just think it's going to be easier to do it on site, most of it. They do want like a faux set of lockers that we can build in the shop and take up there. They want like one half of the studio is going to be this like slatted wood look, kind of like what is behind Keith there. And then the other half, they want it to be stone. So there's like a contrast of material.
Like real stone?
Well, they want it to look like stone because their idea is that they want there to be like 6 different sections in the studio that depending on how they have the camera set up, it could potentially look like a different spot, kind of like varying. So they could do like
smoke
you know,
and
player
mirrors.
signings over here, and they could do a main show over here, and then they could like point the camera over here. The stone scared me at first because I was thinking that's a lot of freaking weight, and I've done stone before, and that's a pain in the butt. But
The styrofoam stuff.
well, yeah, I got a friend who just built a house and clad the entire outside of their chimney in this stuff. It's called Evolve Stone. And it's like a heavy duty foam, and you just nail it in place with a 16 gauge nailer.
Exterior?
Yeah.
It's foam?
Yeah. It's like
It's
super
impervious to
light.
weather.
Yeah. And it's like solid color all the way through. So if it like, you know,
if it chips off or
a little
whatever.
bit, you're not going to notice. So I think I'm just going to do that because it's nice and lightweight and just nail it on there. They want a secret door in the stone wall because they need access to like this closet in the back. So there's got to be a door, but you can't tell that it's a door. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. I got to include some LED lighting in different places for accent stuff. They want a huge hawk head logo that's hanging on the wall in like their colors, which has been a lot harder than you would think because they gave me their Pantone specific colors for the logo. Because you can't mess up the colors, you know, they got to be like perfect.
Yeah.
But finding a place to color match them has been nearly impossible. You can't just go down to Sherwin-Williams with Pantone numbers and be like, make this, because it's not in their system. Or found out it is in their system, but those specific Pantone colors are under copyright and they can't pull them up in their computer.
Yep.
So I'm still trying to navigate how we're going to get the right colors of paint to do this logo, but we'll figure it out.
How long do you think it's going to take total?
2 weeks.
Okay.
Shop Sounds Podcast, a woodworking podcast about nothing.